Hello and welcome. Today we're in the Tier 9 Japanese destroyer, the Kitakaze. Okay, I'm sorry, it's the Kitakaze. Kitakaze. Easy. Anyway, I wanted to show a match of the Kitakaze because when I made the video of the Harugumo, I said that actually a Kitakaze is a better ship to compare the Hayate against than the Harugumo is, because obviously Harugumo's torpedoes are going to be inferior to what Hayate has. And so is the case for Kitakaze, but in other stats like gunfire power, DPM that is, they're the same, HP they're basically the same, maneuverability they're very similar, concealment they're very similar, although Kitakaze's is 200 meters better. And because the torpedoes are inferior, it's a good comparison since Kitakaze is tier 9 while Hayate is tier 10. I think that's okay, although as a gunboat I would definitely pick the Kitakaze right now due to the fact that Kitakaze's HE with IFHE can penetrate 32mm armor while Hayate cannot. But if they change how IFHE works, well, then they're very comparable in that sense, right? Anyway, this is a match on the map North, and I started fighting this Yamato right at the start. And I get some incredible RNG. As you can see, I have set 3 fires onto this Yamato. 3. I'm trying to set a 4th, but I seem to be unable to actually hit the bow of the ship, which makes some sense. I play a build that goes range upgrade actually, rather than gun reload, because I don't want to take AFT. I don't really have the points for it because I really like having adrenaline rush. Although I suppose you could do some kind of a different type of build. It's just really nice to have this 14km range because it allows me to engage with a lot of ships at range. And there goes the Kitakaze. Because if I can engage at range, it's very likely if battleships shoot at me that they'll miss, even though I might not be exactly a really fast ship or really maneuverable ship. But hitting a destroyer at range that's maneuvering is still difficult, regardless how immaneuverable they are. Another thing that's, I believe, nice about the Kitakaze is that, as far as I know, the AP from battleships does not deal the same type of damage as it does on the Harugumo, so you don't take full penetration damage, you always take overpen damage. I am fairly certain of it. And so I am a lot safer as this ship than I would be as something like a Harugumo while, fighting in the open. So I'm just going to be chasing this battleship down. I'm mostly a gunboat, so I'm just going to keep shelling and shelling and shelling and shelling and making everybody run away because nobody wants to burn. And they'll not only just burn, they'll take quite a bit of damage too. Oh, and there's even the enemy CV. That's pretty nice, especially since this is a tier 8 CV. It should be possible for my HE to deal quite a lot of damage to her, right? Because she shouldn't have the strong deck armor that the tier 10 ones had, so this would be pretty useful, I think. Also, I do need to keep in mind that there is a Shimakaze straight ahead of me, so I need to be careful of that. Wait, what? Failed to penetrate? Okay, I started two fires with that one cell. Torpedoes, but this should be no problem. Oh yeah, this is no problem at all. So, it's very difficult for actually a gunboat to kill CV if you cannot deal a lot of damage. I expected to be able to deal a lot more damage to this implacable. Or is it implaceable? I don't actually know. I don't think English actually answers that question without knowing the actual name. Anyway, it's very difficult with for a destroyer with HE to kill a tier 10 CV because those tier 10 CVs have enough deck armor that your HE shells won't deal damage, and fires lasts for like 10 seconds or something on a CV, which makes it very difficult for a DD gunboat to actually sink a CV. I was hoping that this tier 8 CV would take a lot of damage from my shells on the deck, but seems that's not the case. Anyway, I can't keep firing on her because there's a Shimakaze over here and she seems to want to engage me, so I'm going to have to sink her first, otherwise she's going to be a constant headache for me. But I mean, we're very near the map edge, so it should be okay. I'm kind of surprised that the CV hasn't actually engaged me, which I'm really thankful for, but he really should have. Oh, there is the Shimakaze. Hello, and I think that's goodbye now, because you only have 90 HP, and I am a Kitakaze, you are simply a Shimakaze. Wow, another set of torpedoes that's... These torpedoes are terrible, Shimakaze, okay? Like, really terrible. He basically... So, okay, maybe they're not like terrible, but they're not good, because she basically put all her eggs in one basket. Yes, if the torpedoes are on me, it is quite a bit more difficult to dodge them, but on the other hand, if she doesn't get me exactly on point, the torpedoes can't do anything to me. And there's the CV. Attacking. I'm gonna turn, trying. Okay, I only took 1200 damage. So, the plan is to, if the CV comes around, I want to turn into the drop so that my ship slides slightly to the... it keeps basically sliding in the direction I was sailing diagonally in. So I'm gonna try doing the same thing quite often when a CV comes around. This time I'm trying to keep turning though, to make it a different type of look as a turn, so the CV doesn't expect anything. But we're still doing the diagonal turn, because it's useful to do. At least in my experience, that seems to work out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just pay attention to the minimap if the CV attacks again, and see what I do when rocket planes come around. Basically, I go diagonally against the rocket planes and then turn towards the rocket planes so that I would slide out. You know, ships kind of do that in this game. Oh, torpedo bombers are coming. But that should be okay, because we're gonna reverse in the smoke anyway, so it should be fine. Meanwhile, we can deal some damage to this Kronstadt. Probably not too much, but it'll be something. And the CV already missed the torpedoes. It's very difficult to aim at a destroyer that's firing in smoke, even though you know where the destroyer is while she fires. It's really difficult as a CV to tell whether the destroyer is reversing or going forward or stopping or whatnot. And the thing is that the destroyer can stop and accelerate rather quickly, especially if she has a speed boost available. So it ends up being very difficult to do. Now I'm gonna leave this smoke precisely because I can't see the Kronstadt, so there's nothing I can do anyway. And the fact that maybe the CV would just get lucky on the drop. Anyway, let's torpedo this Kronstadt, if she keeps sailing closer. And the CV is back again with the rocket planes. So you can see I'm going diagonally towards her, and now I'm gonna start turning in a bit. And see, I'm turning in the same direction as the planes are going, but I think I turned slightly too early. Although it does seem like the CV messed her drop up, so it's okay that I turned too early. Oh, she actually dropped the fighter. I don't think this drop is gonna work out for the CV either, because she started to drop way too close to me. So I just got some free planes. Come on, am I gonna be able to get a torpedo hit on that Kronstadt? That would be really nice. Big ship firing AP at me, not good. Oof, that hurt. Oh, I'm gonna hit the torpedo. Yes! That's what you get, Kronstadt. Well, let's be honest. I've kind of done my part. I've sunk a destroyer. I've chased off the CV. I aggroed the CV quite a bit. I am probably going to sink this Kronstadt. Okay, no, never mind. I can't. Well, at this point I need to go closer, because I'm too far away. I see that the Implacable is using torpedo bombers, so I don't have to be afraid at all, because I don't care if they're torpedo bombers. They don't really do anything to me. Or at least, it's unlikely that they'll do something to me. Okay, come on, we need to sink this Kronstadt, please. Aiming far away with destroyer guns is still kind of difficult, even with DD guns that have these amazing shell characteristics that the Japanese destroyers do, the gunboats at least. Well, actually all of them have pretty good shell characteristics. I'm just trying to get lucky. My aim isn't very good. One day, maybe. Come on. Okay, now I'm at least landing where the ship should be, but I just don't seem to be able to get hits. Come on. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. Wow, that was unfortunate, but anyway, that's game. So, we terrorized Yamato, we terrorized the Shimakaze, we terrorized the CV, we terrorized Kronstadt, and we never actually went down. Isn't that great? 157k damage for what, like a 11-minute game? Yeah, I really like this ship. It's a strong ship. And I was number 1 in XP, although I didn't even break 2k, but blame my teammates for that, for being too good. Almost got the wither, but almost isn't quite there. Need a 300 more damage. Yeah, let's go back to port. And, hey, think, somebody is mad. Bravo, full cheater, automata fire, easy game noob hack man what's. Whatever that means, I suppose. And I think the most appropriate answer here is GG. Hoping that it makes them even angrier, so that they reply with something hilarious again. By the way, this is the Shimakaze I fought in that match. Well, since he isn't replying, I'm gonna have to try harder. I say, well played. Eventually he responds with, 10 kill, aha, manipulalt game, friend battle. Well, I think in this case he actually checked my stats and is referring to a Taiho game I had a really long time ago where I sunk 10 ships in the Taiho. It's actually a match on YouTube, you can search for it, and obviously I respond with thanks with a cheeky smiley. The one with the nose. But because he wasn't, still reacting, I used the even cheekier smiley, the upside down one. But alas, he is not responding anymore. I love interactions like this because they're just funny. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, Sebal Masso, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.